In this video, I would like to show you the Anchorpoint plugin for Unreal Engine. So you can use Anchorpoint on an Unreal Engine project without a plugin, but it's definitely recommended to use it. The first reason is that you visually see who has worked on what file, so you can see indications that an actor is logged, that an asset is, for example, logged. You don't need to close the Unreal editor when you pull and revert files. And especially if you work on a bigger team, you have more control of what you submit. So first of all, we need to activate the plugin. First of all, go to the Fab store, and here the link, you can find it in the description below, will guide you to the page. Then you have to add it to your library. So the whole Anchorpoint plugin has to be added to your library. And then in the Epic Games launcher, the plugin should appear here. If not, then simply refresh the page. And then you have to install the plugin to your corresponding engine version. Then open up Unreal Engine to activate the plugin. For that, click on Edit, Plugins, and then type in Anchorpoint, and then enable the plugin here. Then you need to restart the Unreal editor so that the whole thing gets activated. Then we can connect the Unreal editor and Anchorpoint. For that, go to the revision control settings and click on Connect to Revision Control. And here you have to pick Anchorpoint as a provider. Click on Accept Settings and make sure that you are connecting Anchorpoint where you already have a Git repository. So you have to set the Git repository up in the desktop application. And once you have done this, you can work with it. So first of all, we can see the changes by our team members. So for that, let me select on an asset. I have this one, definitely this one. I can see that my colleague is currently working on that file and is logging it, so I cannot modify this. I can also see this here on other files. Here, for example, I can see that these files are logged and that are modified by somebody else. Then, if I would like to make some modifications, let me move this carpet here, move this, let me move this box and other things. When I click on Save, before Unreal starts the saving process, it asks me to check out the asset. In most cases, I would like to check it out because I would like to submit the change. But if I, for example, make some experimental changes and I don't want to log the file so my team members are not blocked, I can click on Make Writable. So if you click on Checkout, the files will be logged. If you click on Make Writable, they won't be. But in most cases, you're going to go for Checkout Selected Asset. So once the asset is checked out, you see a red check mark here. Inside of Anchorpoint, you can also click on Changed Files. You should see that you have these changes here and that these changes are also logged by you. Now you can add a description here in the Changed Files section in the desktop application, but you can also do this from Unreal. And we're going to do this from Unreal right now. So here under Revision Control, I click on Submit Content and I can add a message and then I can click on Submit. Once you see this pop-up here, do not work on your files. Wait until this process is complete. Once the background push starts with uploading your files, you can continue working, especially if you have huge files that you want to upload. You're not blocked. Once the background push starts, you can make modifications because the upload would happen in the background. So this is, let's say, 90% of the work you're going to do. You're going to make changes, you're going to check out the files, and you're going to submit the content. The plugin has, let's say, other nifty things that are definitely useful from day-to-day work. So one thing is, for example, seeing the file history. So you can click on any kind of asset, you can do a right click, and then pick Revision Control, and you can see the whole history. If you work on blueprints, then diff against deep was pretty interesting because then you can see the changes you have made in comparison to what the current state of the blueprint was before you made it, before you changed it. And then, for example, if you made your file writable only and you say, yeah, I also would like to submit it, you can also check it out here later. Now I cannot do this because the file is already checked out by my colleague. All right, so I hope this video was helpful for you. Thank you for watching.